And you see them play this well, and the other side now playing well, like Ryota still not finding any good final slash in this game. Only Jowm playing well. Even the golden hour is not synergized properly here by TNC. There was a time where TNC had an angle to win, but Aurora did neither of that constantly. It's because of the strength of this composition with the Jushin as well as the Matilda. The sustain, but not considered an assassinate.
Lilia in that game just because of the mobility, the sustain that came along with.
We have there's more damage.
So we will be jumping into.
No, BB doesn't do watch again. Hey, since ONIC from yesterday when you saw that doing that, why not? Let's just go back to Koyl with this Suyo.
MPL Philippines. They have beat TNC 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish I counted earlier. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 out of the 9 last meetups.
Okay.
Of course, with the last meetup between TNC and RORA, that shocking week 5 outcome, a sweep by TNC against the Northern Lights.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Yeah.
I think I also remember that day.
Yep. There were so many surprises for sure.
Was it the one where they played Uranus Master Assassin for 3 months?
I think.
Or is that a different day?
Yes, it was.
That might have been
It
the
was.
same. It was, okay. So
Yes, it
Uranus
was.
Master Assassin.
I think that was also the Dyroth, or was it the Clid game? But also, yeah, there were surprises there. But I do remember the Master Assassin 3 more Uranus.
Was that Atlas into Kalea also by
That
Chapman?
could also
Wow.
be the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All I could remember was that was probably when Aurora were approaching the danger zone, or were already in the danger zone
That's
for
right.
playoffs qualifications, and everyone was just shocked
Yeah.
at the fact that our former world champions are struggling to get into the playoffs even of the season right after that. So
They are still the defending world
yeah,
champions.
they are.
Yeah. They actually could still make
That's also true.
That was a previous MPL season though. Right now it's different. It's also a different lineup. So let's see how these comfort adjustments will come into play. Because I even think game number 1 was a start. Like, if they were already considering maybe still a bit of the meta, but
Yeah.
a mix of comfort, let's go Sicilian Yue. It just
I see.
Didn't
I see
work.
what you mean. It's like you're going back to your break glass in
Yeah.
case of emergency.
Yeah.
Play style, but not for everyone. At least you still have the Suyo.
yeah.
But that's very true for Nats as well as Yue. And Domeng in many ways. I think that the first pick Melissa is, Domeng can adjust accordingly with any marksman out there anyways. At least it's a marksman, not a fighter, right? So that's why I say that it's a break glass in case of emergency kind of approach here for the side of Aurora.
I think you can't fault Aurora for even just going for that again in game number 3. you
Yeah.
know?
I agree.
It's like, you made a really great point earlier. We didn't get to fully train together as a team for what works now.
Yep.
Let's just try to run it back with what worked for us. We have the
For her.
capable players.
Yeah.
And then we'll adjust like in the coming weeks. I mean, it's only week number 1. At least let's end the week on a high note and we get a win.
Yeah. If we can't win with the with our signature play style or with our signature heroes, then we cannot win anything anyway. So we are on this stage. Let us show them what we have at least. We don't have as much training as these guys, so we just have to enjoy this fight and maybe take one game after the other.
Yeah, and maybe let's not be too crazy with it. I'm not saying like bring back the Fredrin or the Baka. Like, no need.
This
It's
is
fine.
yeah, I can imagine Koyl saying that.
Yeah.
Like just the playable one.
Yeah.
Because the others feel like they have just so many conditions to take for them to be playable.
Yeah.
The current meta.
Just play the Suyo. Actually, you know what? It's a good team. If Aurora might have this problem for the next couple of weeks, maybe use the playbook that Yango and Galacticos used.
Plus the experience, I guess, the veterancy that they have, and the amount of experience that they have compared to the new quote-unquote leaders in TNC. Because I know the captain's a different topic, but the ones in game, the mid duos, the starters of everything, they're rookies here in MPL Philippines Season 18.
All right. TNC, if we're going to look at TNC, I think for them, just keep it simple.
Yep.
I know how great the Marcellus is a pick, but if you can take it away, that might be good because you did point out there were some moments where it looked like they weren't able to make the most out of a golden hour.
For sure.
Or even the golden hour actually hurt them
Yep.
in their own team fight.
Yeah. I guess there was a time there where they had a choice between Marcel and tanky hero like the Uranus. So maybe okay, well that's not gonna be available now because they banned it themselves. Maybe they'll be the ones to prioritize the Melissa now. I believe that Jowm can play it well anyways. Did play really well when it comes to like the gold lane to gold lane matchup and really took whatever criticism there was yesterday personally as he played so well so far in the first 2 games.
We could be seeing here if TNC forgo picking the Melissa as their priority pick and then they pick up the Barretts, then maybe RORA are just going to steal away the Rafaela and the Belleric for themselves and then work through that.
Yeah.
But I would it'd be kind of weird if TNC doesn't end up with a Melissa as the first pick option. I think RORA will be willing to face into that.
Because if they go for that Rafa Belleric, then it's more of the meta rather than what they probably want to use anyway. Because I know it's a flex, but Nats hasn't looked as comfortable playing the current meta XP laners. So I'm not sure if they'd be 100% with a Belleric on his hands.
What else is a problem for the Esmeralda? Actually, you know what? Maybe they can go back to something like an Edith if there is no other option here for TNC. I mean, for specifically for Ryota, because the idea is you still have some sort of setup, but you're also very tanky. So the metagame dictates that if you go for an assassin jungler, you have to look at a sustained XP laner and a poke mid. Maybe.
Wow.
Selena. Okay, the Marcel is still open. Are you tempted, or will you go for the Barretts instead if you're TNC?
I think you lean towards the Barretts. Still, if ever you get caught under the golden hour, you cancel it out, but nah. For them, it's a better price to pick up the Melissa for Jowm.
I think you pick up the Matilda now if you're Aurora. Maybe eventually you pick up the Hirara. I don't know if you want to pick it up now, but Hirara or Barretts, and then the Matilda, I feel like. Oh, the Rafaela.
Wow,
the Barrett.
wow.
Yeah. Okay, Rafaela makes sense. It's almost, I would say, it's almost like a swap. It's a vice versa. There you go. Belleric coming up from TNC.
Okay. So they're not going to consider the Marcel anyway. I think there are a lot more better pairings with the Melissa.
I think you want to go Matilda now if you're TNC.
Yeah. Just get all
or
the
Hirara.
Oh.
You need the Hirara.
You know what? I think I would want to see Zyd on something like a Nolan. But the Nolan is burst-based against the Rafaela.
Not against these two.
Yeah, not against these two. Yeah, you're right.
That's different.
Yeah, just get the Hirara.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the Matilda. Okay, so yep. Snow. Nothing too fancy. Aurora. What will they pick up? Do you want to go for... Maybe you will look for a different assassin that can pierce through this Melissa. Actually, what if they go Hayabusa eventually, but not in this slot? What if they just pick up something like a Brody this time for Domeng to pick up? Oh, they want to go Harley. All right. Honest pickup here for Aurora. Nothing too fancy.
Yeah. Pretty much within our understanding of the metagame for the first 3 picks on both sides. RORA has a flex to work with. Make that 2. The Rafaela and the Barretts together. Meanwhile, for TNC Pro Team, they also have a flex. Just 1 though, in the Belleric.
It's going to be mid laners that we're looking at now for Vin.
Okay. What are the choices here for Vin on their side? I think there is always that merit of picking up the Novaria up against the Barretts because of the slows that you get out of it. It's because some teams, they like playing Eve, for example, up against the Barretts. Now, if you are TNC, are you afraid of the Kaja 4th pick here for Aurora?
There's no obvious combo with it
Yeah,
that's like
that's-
instant unless you're really just gonna commit a Divine Binding for the Harley. You can layer even more crowd control with the Holy Baptism afterwards.
Or is it a paired
Well,
with Domeng that we're expecting?
Okay, yeah, I think only if ever they show the Kaja at 4, then expect that there's gonna be like a Beatrix to close it out for Domeng.
Wow, this is a Claude banning for TNC, not even considering Brody or Clint as their choices,
Yeah.
but at the same time you understand it's a it's a stable laner
Yeah.
and will allow the Harley to not think about the Claude in the early stages. Claude can fend from himself.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can devote your rotations elsewhere, but at the same time, I mean, there is always that risk with the Claude. Claude Melissa has always just been, it's like one of the main matchups now if you look in other regions. But there are some games where Claude has been able to outplay a Melissa and snowball through some really good individual play. A Lilia gets banned out. RORA, oh, they might have showed their hand with that one. Rafaela mid and then another tanky front for Light.
Okay, the Moscow being banned here. Still have the Brody. I think they want to go glue because that's probably the reason why they banned this Lilia.
Right, Glue Roam.
Glue
Then
Roam.
you get it with a Rafaela and then Harley in mid. Makes it a very annoying roaming trio.
But that will be potentially a last pick. I think if you're Aurora, you pick
Yeah.
up a very stable laner here for Domeng. Brody or Clint comes to mind.
Yeah, and figure out, because you don't know what Vin will consider in mid.
Or a Granger.
Okay.
Domeng special.
They get a Sky Piercer with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that actually makes Granger really hard to catch right up with the Rafaela.
Yep. Wait, is Aurora thinking about the Marcel last pick here? With the Granger, that is not out of the table.
Yeah, that's the usual combo that you want to run with a Granger.
Yeah. Okay, TNC. Let's just hope that this is not Carmilla with Sicilian. One or the two is okay,
It's not both.
just not both. Oh, it's Angela. And
They steal the glue.
They steal the glue, which
Okay.
is really good. Okay. I think if you're Aurora, the Marcel makes sense here.
Yeah. Everyone's all zoned up, clumped up together.
They're not gonna put the Rafaela on Light and go more damage, right?
Just keep that Rafaela in the mid lane. You already have damage anyway through the Hardy for magic. Ranger for
Yeah.
finishing with the Sky Piercer.
There's a world where they go Vexana for the burst. Good versus the glue.
What if they go Ube and go Rafaela Ferris
That's
for that glue?
Oh,
Overkill.
hey.
But there's the Melissa, so you might not consider it. But yeah, that looks nasty. So either Marcel, I feel like, or Vex. There you go.
Great call there on the Vexana.
Okay.
So they still put that Rafaela in the roam. And they get one of the counters to the glue. But that doesn't necessarily mean the glue will get countered hardcore here. You just have to watch out your positioning around it, lest you be popped up by the passive of the Vexana chaining together after those little gluelets die. This is the third game. Last one for week 1 for season 18 of MPL Philippines. Let's do this one by one. Brigida, for you, who do you think got this draft?
Well, I feel like there's just so much attention on the glue that I'm starting to worry about the reach that they might have against Jowm on the Melissa. And there's an Angela to somewhat add another layer of protection to it too, but I just can't help but think that it's TNC. The mechanics are just gonna be something you really have to watch out for.
For me, I like the Angelada.
Angelera.
Yep. At the same time, this is like Melissa with Hirara and with Beleric.
Yep.
Up against Barrett's Rafaela. So it's like 3 OP heroes versus 2. And it's easier for me to bet on more Kaijus. Right?
More, excuse me, what?
Kaiju, is that
Oh,
what
Kaijus. Okay. I completely misheard that, and
Oh,
I'll just tell you
sorry.
after the broadcast
Kaijus.
what I thought you said.
Yeah. I know what I potentially have said, but yeah, I clarified it.
Welcome to game number 1. Oh, sorry, game number 3.
Okay, hey.
Oh, sorry to put you off.
Well, we reset it to a best of one.
It was my fault. It was my fault. It is reset into a best of 1. Thank you for saving me there. Fire off away in the chat wherever you're watching. Who do you think got this in the bag? Is it RORA? Is it TNC? A lot of pressure right now by RORA to spot out the rotations of TNC. They know where Zyda is. Meanwhile, Koyl farming on his side of the jungle without much of a problem as Light and Yue are taking control of the river.
Yeah, I think this is just something you can really take advantage of as Aurora. An Angela in mid, even yesterday, is a hero that you could just really constantly bully, I guess. There's just so much more potential for pickoffs, considering that the wave clear isn't as reliable. You don't really get to put yourself out there as much, not without the help of Zen. So that is one thing that Koyl will likely pay attention to. But Vin, he knows that it's potentially gonna come. They gotta keep him safe under the turret. And Koyl goes for the poke on Zen instead.
There's nothing out of the ordinary here, apart from the fact that Vin went for a Bargain Hunter. Bargain Hunter Angela.
Oh.
Bargain Hunter Angela. That is very surprising to me. So what that entails is that you have a faster Flask of the Oasis and then a faster Enchanted Talisman afterwards.
Oh, Domeng already forced to burn that flicker. Meanwhile, the bottom lane.
That was a fast reaction, and this is a faster response by Aurora, catching first blood up against Ryota before the turtle. They will have full control over this. This is Broken Walls too. It's been such an easy transition for Aurora to just get and capitalize on that kill.
Oh my god.
You can look at something very basic right now. Light and Yue are clearing the wave insanely fast compared to this Glue and Angela.
Yep.
Yeah. And I hate to say this, and I really, really hate to say this because Ryota is one of my closest friends in the pro scene, but I think that Aurora are exposing that dent in the armor of TNC. It started from yesterday when you saw that Ryota couldn't find his stride, and right now, even in Game 1 win, it was a really slow start for Ryota, and they are exposing it again in Game number 3. They went into that XP lane, and all of a sudden, they're ahead by 1,000 gold.
Ryota didn't burn. Oh, he burned the flicker and the taunt!
Okay, now Ryota's looking for a play. He finds one. That's
There you go.
Yue, and
Heard
he
me
was the
probably.
one who picks up the kill. Yeah, I feel like he heard you.
Classic caster curse. I think you could cut the Ryota shouting "I love you" from the stage towards you.
Not the opposing
Not the
team.
opposing team.
Not the opposing team. Towards you, Wolf.
Yeah. And that's for the better for TNC, for sure. However, I will not be surprised if that is still the focus point of Aurora. It's like an open wound that TNC has right now that Aurora can continuously pressure.
Yep. And we gotta continuously keep things clear for all our players before we proceed with the game. So we will be jumping into a quick pause for now. And yep, so far it's been Aurora really capitalizing on these early game advantages, their faster wave clears and rotations. Overall against TNC, I feel like we have to wait to see the combos really come into play. Maybe the Angerara timings
Yeah.
before they actually go for a fight.
All right. I don't know if I am just remembering this incorrectly, but it seems like the Hirara as a hero pick right now is not so hot. I mean, it has been picked up so many times, I think almost every game.
Yeah.
But it seems like it hasn't been successful so far. I mean, for sure there has been a win all throughout this weekend, but amongst all of the games that we've seen, it seems like it hasn't been so good.
Is that Ducky?
Is that Hito?
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's Ducky.
What side is he on? Where is he? Oh, he's on the...
MLBB doesn't stop for Ducky.
Is Ducky a close friend of either Vin or Zen?
Yeah, someone from TNC.
Probably.
Or...
What was Ducky's MDL team?
Or Zaida? No?
Maybe Zyd. No, their paths didn't cross.
They didn't? But, okay.
Oh, we're
Or
gonna
maybe
have
he's
to
just a
ask
fan
him.
of MLBB.
Yeah, he just loves MLBB.
It's just like, it's their day off. What can I do? Watch a game.
Yeah.
Liquid has left me here since yesterday. I'm kidding.
I agree though. It feels like the Hirara hasn't had the smoothest of runs
Yeah.
in terms of the meta junglers that we have.
Well, which is interesting though, because in other regions there are, I'm looking at you, Kyrie, who are performing out of their minds
Yep.
with the Hirara.
That's also true.
Is it a Filipino thing?
Is
The
it
Hirara just doesn't work out for us?
Maybe.
Cursed?
By the way, BTR won against ONIC.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, BTR by Vit beat on it today?
By
Oh hey, good for them.
So, yep, it's been a lot of days since ONIC has won against BTR.
Since Escalera has won against them.
Yeah, they keep getting their number there. But of course, we come back here to the Philippines. First item, 4 minutes for Yue on this glowing wand. Even more proof just how fast they are clearing the map. Again, they are trumping Vin and Zen. Talking about Yue and Light in terms of clearing up the minion waves in mid. And that's why they're controlling the river so comfortably for RORA. The TNC are just gonna have to bide their time until find their opening with an Angela combo through someone. Anyone at this point.
Yeah, at least because of the emblems, though. Vin gets his Flask of the Oasis already.
Yeah, almost at the same time as Yue got his glowing wand. Just a few seconds off. Oh, Verse Junglers getting their first item at almost exact same point.
Wow.
Zyda Hunter Strike, Koyl with a Genius Wand.
700 gold ahead, Aurora, but Zyda is level 8. Koyl is not. But this is a little bit of an advantage for TNC. Aurora wants to equalize.
Yeah, that's... And the rest of the members are trying to hold on to this objective. They're getting poked down here by Jowm.
Zen and Zyda, the bush right behind. Nath could easily come in with Death on his welcome and Flicker.
Oh, Flicker set up from Ryota. Koyl still gets the turtle. Zen trying to go into, looking for a target. He used the grab. He finds one, but there's a Flicker on Light to keep him safe. And Aurora, no one is gonna fall. Koyl to re-engage. He is gonna find a kill, but it's gonna be over to Domeng. He finds one on the Granger, and TNC will no longer fight back.
That's stack number 1 for the Sky Piercer of Domeng.
And unfortunately, TNC are just not as organized as Aurora was. With just one team fight with Aurora, inflated their lead to 1,800 gold. It started to be a 700 gold lead, and the fact that Zyda has a level ahead of Koyl when that happened, that's really unforgivable for TNC. They really fumbled in there. They weren't able to initiate with Ryota properly.
Yeah.
Zen's ultimate is also off the mark, and Zyda just can't open the team fight with his Angerara combination.
Just can't get it right now. And it might be the window for TNC is closing so much quicker. Again, they're playing around the Sky Piercer, around the jungler that can instantly delete. They set up through the Deadly Magic and then give the kill to Domeng to get stacks.
Yeah.
And this could go on and on and on, Brigida.
Saw it happen once. And as long as TNC don't polish their sequence, Aurora can just keep doing this. Because you saw it earlier too. That was a re-engage from Koyl, just as you thought it was no longer going to break out into a fight. And the pattern has been Ryota trying to start with the Flicker Wrath of Dryad. But what follows next if that fails? Because then he'll be putting himself in danger if he tries to commit to the bit.
Now that I think about it, because that's a very difficult crossword puzzle that you laid down before us, Brigida, but I feel like the answer could be simple for TNC. Go for the re-engage instead.
Yep.
Don't try to win the fight by starting it, because if you do, you're gonna suffer from Yue's ultimate. As we saw, the Eternal Guardian was so impactful in the previous game that it meant that Zen will not be able to launch his attack first.
Yeah.
And when Ryota jumps in, they get stopped in the back. So I think for TNC, you gotta accept the fact right now that you don't have the fighting prowess, and all you gotta do is to go for a re-engage instead of the first engage.
After that, they decide to play out the map. Zen goes bot side to supplement Jowm's split push, while RORA will mirror that. Taking down the second tower up top. That's going to be the third tower RORA has taken down in this game after taking 3 turtles. Stats show, history shows this usually goes really well for the team at this point, leading to a victory. But TNC, maybe they'll just be able to find that turnaround once they change up their approach.
At the 8-minute Holy Shield already falling for TNC up top. Not like it's the long lane, but still you see how much presence Aurora already has secured over the map. Not even allowed for TNC to get another turret down bot earlier, even when Jowm tried to push it through, because there's a threat of Koyl with a Deadly Magic. But what is this positioning?
With all due fairness, Zyda is ahead.
Yeah.
Ryota doesn't want to give anything to Aurora right now. No Daytona's welcome, but Jowm sneaks in, takes the turret up top, gets more gold for the team. Everybody is famished from the side of TNC except their gold lane and their jungler. Which is actually not a bad spot to be in if you're thinking about TNC.
Yeah, they do have an Angela to sort of like really supplement either the Melissa or most likely the Hirara. Oh, Zen and Zyda, they'll spot out Naths.
It's not the full stacks yet, but they don't still...
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, you already saw the other members of RORA in the mid. That's the Barris. He'll be able to buy time and survive.
Yep.
That's a lot of information that will go towards the direction of Jowm. So...
Yeah. But that's what we like about TNC. Like, despite this, it seems like they're just constantly eager to still find openings.
Oh, definitely. Cannot deny that from them. Still a slight lead here for Zyda compared to the Harley. The growing lead, almost 1,000 right now for Yue on the Vixana, up to the Lantern. Be really painful for TNC to deal with. Oh, look at the damage already onto Ryota. This is going to be every dance is going to be so tough for TNC. RORA in the lead.
Yeah, specifically for Ryota, I think it's just playing contact. Essentially a second row. At this point, Ryota.
What was that?
Did they see that?
Oh, that's RORA with the Lord.
Some paranormal activity happening in there.
Must have been the win.
Must have been the win.
Again.
We are indoors yet it's very windy.
Yeah.
Y'all saw that. Y'all clipped that. We'll save the reactions there.
Yes, it's up to them now. But because of that, Aurora clearly with a much bigger advantage.
Yeah.
There's not much that TNC could rely on for the re-engage now.
Did he want to use that to check the bush? Because he did use it, like a good chunk of it was able to hit the part of left mid bush, but like, it's too much.
Isn't it supposed to be with a flicker?
And there's no teammate nearby that can actually...
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
A lot of questions. Oh, but the deathly grasp! Ryota now down.
Oh, he can't even pounce on that, even with the conceal play coming in from the gank.
Just look at Aurora.
Oh my, the gluelets cleared up. Oh!
Vin, flicker's back.
He made it.
Both made it, but at the cost of their turret, at the cost of a flicker, it became a very expensive defense here for TNC. They hang on when it comes to the actual game, but they have lost so much in just a span of a minute. No flicker onto Vin, and they lost all of their outer turrets. They've lost the inhibitor up top, about to lose the holy shields in the middle. Very difficult defense now for TNC.
The rest of the game now is looking like a formality. RORA on the way to securing their first series win of the season after just securing their first game win of the season. Game number 2 against TNC. Oh, Nats!
Nats finds one, but Zyda too will come in from the back lines, so they'll have to be a bit more careful. Nats is left alone. Massive damage. Domeng is free to land all the bullets that he wants. The cards are coming through from Koyl as well, and that's going to be a flicker too from Yue just to make sure they get more. But Ryota's still alive, and Domeng is shut down.
TNC found some small wins, but they lost a lot, but at least they got Domeng.
They got 3. For the side of Aurora, but now with all due fairness, because the game is so short for now, 12 minutes in, Zyda as well as Vin will be in time for the respawn. But of course, Light with the resurrection will allow Aurora to have the numbers advantage once again, and they can set up again for another Lord take. Getting Domeng was so good though for TNC, because not only was it a shutdown, it was also given to Jowm. Now 9.2k slowly catching up. Like you see through the replay, the overheating coming out from Aurora. But the fact that Yue as well as Light landed the stun, the combination, Zyda could not even react to that because of the chain stun from both Light as well as Yue.
Yeah, Light perfect, and then Yue very quickly pounced on it. This might have been a very different story if Light did not land that stun. We go back live. Aurora holding a 3,500 gold lead. TNC just found a glimmer of hope. Will they be able to play through it as RORA are now burning the Lord?
They're bursting it. Zen is not going to come from an off angle either. It's going to be Yota trying to go for the engage. Zen trying to look for someone on the side, and Yue will be bursted. Zyda has access to the Lord, but so does Koyl. Zyda's just looking for kills instead and trades because they weren't able to get it. But RORA with the healing, with the sustain, they're going to be okay.
Zyda going for the chase. He wants to find Koyl, but Koyl has space escaped out of there. And now TNC will have to defend the Lord push.
Oh, that would have been really good for TNC for when they took out Yue, but they weren't able to secure the Lord this time. So a 1-for-1 trade-off will mean that Aurora will still have the massive advantage. There were so many near deaths on the side of Aurora as TNC could not just run them down. Melissa is not built for chasing against the members of Aurora. It's more fit for a box-to-box fight, but
Yeah.
with that kind of sustain from the Rafaela and the movement coming out from Domeng as well as Cull, they didn't even have to commit any of their flickers as they went in for the escape. So this will be a fully packed Aurora up against TNC.
I might have spoken too soon when I said Aurora might be on the way, but they are quite close. But TNC might just be able to pull off a shocker here. The tension is palpable, but the damage from Aurora even more so. Gold Leash ranking, the Lord being held by TNC, and Aurora will not be able to fully capitalize for an endgame angle just yet. Zen with a conceal.
There he goes again, but he gets spotted out this time. And there is potential, I agree, but that's maybe why you also have to see the Wrath of Dryad, the combos actually laid down and hitting targets from Aurora. So it becomes easier for Jowm, but now it lands just onto one. It's gonna be Nats,
With the
and
ground.
Rose just immediately burst it down. The flicker from Zen! He will find Koyl, but the space escape is active. Zyda cannot catch up, and now it's Zen isolated. Vin, though, with the damage, will actually find one. They bring down Koyl, but in exchange of two.
It was an Angela for a glue, so glue does more damage.
But the respawn,
He's back.
he's back. It's a 5 versus 3.
We thought it was just a simple 1-for-2 trade, but it appears that it doesn't matter as much anymore. Fortunately, TNC could still clear the waves, and they will have a bit more time.
Somebody get these healers out of here.
Somebody gets healers out of here. Koyl snatches the purple buff away from Zyda. Zyda couldn't do anything because he does not have any information of where the other members of Aurora are. Gonna be pushing down in the bottom lane. Jowm is still untouched this game, and so far has been playing well, but so is Domeng, only dying once. 7-1-0. So impactful in the pickups that Aurora were able to get, and is always a threat. TNC will have to move quick to when it comes to their eliminations, because when they do stay in front of Aurora, not only will the healing be a problem for them, but so is Domeng.
Very problematic right now for Jowm. The fact that Aurora, even if they get caught on by all of the combo and crowd control that TNC has, one holy healing pretty much negates a good amount of the progress Jowm has made through their health bars. Look how fast they can burn this Lord, but they won't rush it. They'll play it slow. The Angela of Vin holding down bottom, as expected of an Angela, as Ryota gets the information. Zen plays away from the team though. Aurora don't know this. They might be looking for a crazier angle to go through.
Yeah, left mid bush control has been very tricky for TNC.
8 stacks with a piercer.
Zen is very far away, checking, concealing through RMB might be the way to go.
Yeah, all these mid turrets still being up are not helping TNC though.
Yeah. He's checked everything.
Oh, Nats is already below half.
By the way, this is Zen with 2 magic items already. Glowing one with the genius one.
They have to make a play. Look at that minion wave up top. It needs to get cleared up. It's too chunky.
And the Lord is also low. So many decisions, overload of analysis here for TNC.
Slow push by the Angela down bot, and Aurora pounce.
Ryota and Zyda are left here. The knockup from the Lord will not make it. It's gonna be an attempt to steal, but Koyl still wins it anyway. The Wrath of Dryad lands onto
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
The turnaround for TNC! The Wrath of Dryad into the damage coming
Zyda!
from He picks up a double. There goes the grab to Domeng. Pops his immortality. Light's the only one left. He loses. Domeng still has an immortality, but Koyl, who gets to the base first? Ryota is here to defend. So remember, TNC won't allow him. And this could be an opportunity for the Phoenix Army!
They still have a Lord to deal with, but TNC have made some magic, even though the Lord has gone to Aurora.
But Light is alive. Resurrection might be soon, but TNC with 5 of their members, with Zyda in the front lines getting stand up, playing like a god in the jungle.
Does he have the resurrect? He doesn't seem to have one. That's gonna be Nat coming back in time, but he only catches Zen. He uses it into his welcome, and he doesn't have time to clear. TNC take away the series.
They weren't blinded by the lights. They just burned brighter than it! To close out week 1, TNC beat RORA 2-1!
Zyda with the superstar genes. Superstar triggered today in the most specific moment that they needed it to be there. Zyda popped off, essentially winning it for the team. So was Jowm, by the way. And the entirety of TNC with their rookies up against the defending world champions, unthwarted by the veterans from Aurora.
In this metagame, in this landscape, you have to be willing to take risks. TNC took that risk. With a massive threat of minions up top, they decided not to clear it. But it was the Beleric of Ryota who stood as a stalwart in front of the minion waves and stopped it alongside Zen. They got back in time to stop Koyl from trying to split push end.
Aurora were leading for 20 minutes, maybe an eternity. And not only leading by goal, they are winning all of the fights. There wasn't any fight where they actually lost. When it comes to the net gain for both teams, all the fights were in favor of Aurora. Be it a big win, a small win, everything was going in their favor. But this time, look at Zyda. Zyda lost the Lord Retribution for Ryota. 4-man taunt, 4-man Wrath of the Dryad. Zyda taking down everyone with a slew of skills with this Hirara. And if you're not convinced yet that this is the best jungler that we have right now when it comes to the hero selection, I don't know what else can convince you. Hirara is just so broken.
Oh, Zyda. Oh, TNC. Just when we thought what the ending of this would be, they delivered a surprise. On stage is Zyda with Big J alongside Denise and Thea to run us through how this insane ending happened.